Hey guys, so today's look is inspired by Alona ORS Born Makeup Artist. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And I'm gonna start out by using my gel liner and overdrawing my brows a bit and then filling them in. I chose black because since it is a pop art look, I wanted everything to stand out more than usual. Now I'm just making sure that the hairs in the front are noticeably fuzzy, if that makes any sense. And then I'm taking the same definer brush that I used just to kind of carve out my nose in certain spots. This doesn't need any rules. I'm just using my reference picture and adding whatever it is that I think looks cute and nice. Then I'm going to carve out my cheekbones a lot higher than usual, obviously, and then I'm drawing a shadow right underneath it. I'm doing the same on the other side, and I'm not really paying attention to the fact that they're symmetrical or not because you can basically do whatever you want in a tutorial like this. Now I'm going to repeat the same process and draw my jawline and make sure that that line is heavy and thick towards the back of my jaw. Now I'm just drawing out my chin to give it more of a cartoony effect. I keep going back to the reference picture so you guys can see what it is I'm trying to simulate. Now I'm just going to do the crown. And I did it rather small because since I do have a small forehead, I didn't want to cover up where I'm going to contour and bronze later on. Now I'm just taking my Revlon Photoready stick and I use that to prime my lids because since it isn't really a beauty tutorial, I'm not focusing much on the eyes. I'm going to go for a very neutral look so you can focus on other things rather than the eye makeup. So I'm using the Anastasia kit, use vanilla to set it. And then now I'm going to use a packing brush by Morphe and I'm taking the neutral and warm colors, Fawn and Java, to go into the crease. And with my finger I just go in with vanilla again. Now I'm going to make a really sharp and long wing so we can have a dramatic eye for my lashes later on. And I'm using my concealer brush and my L'Oreal foundation to just sharpen and clean up whatever it is that I didn't like. Now that my lashes are on, these are the red cherries in 101. They're huge. I'm going to wait till they dry, and while I do that, I'm just going to put on my foundation in the areas where I want the white to really stand out. I guess you could call it highlight. I don't know, yeah. I'm taking my foundation brush, the MB36 by Morphe, and I'm just packing that in, dabbing it. I'm not really worrying about blending it out too much or spreading it because I want these areas to look significantly white. I'm going to take Havana and I'm going to I'm going to contour but really sharply. And I'm not going to worry about blending because we want this to look as cartoony as possible. And even though this is not too noticeable, if you take photos, it will show up in photos. I'm darkening the bottom of my jawline so it can give me more of a sharp face. Then I'm just choosing wherever to bronze and contour. And I'm making sure that I sharpen my forehead to give it a lot of dimension. Make the crown look a lot edgier in the middle. With the same shade, I'm just going to shade the side of my nose for no particular reason. I just thought it would look cute if I do that. Maybe take pictures looking to the side. And then now with my 35B palette, I'm just taking a foundation brush and packing on that white shadow. And I'm going to carve out the bottom of the contour just so it can pop a lot more. With the same packing brush, I don't really change brushes much in this tutorial. I'm going to take a yellow shade and just pack it in the middle. And then using white, red, and black, I'm going to fill out the other spaces. It is a bit different than the picture, but I didn't want to do it exact as the picture. Then I'm just sharpened the lines again and I filled in the black with the same angled brush. I did my lips, I forgot to film it, but it's pretty much easy if you want, just overdraw or go over your natural line. Then I took my soft matte lip creams in 2 red shades and I filled in my lips. I took the lighter shade and put it in the center just so the bottom lip could look a little bit plumpier. And then I did take glue because I didn't think it looked white enough, but I ended up putting glitter. And then now I'm gonna carve out and draw my collarbones. I'm sorry if you can't see much of it. I was kind of terrified that my blouse would come down or there would be a little nip slip. But basically what I'm doing is drawing a cleavage, and then I take the shades from the contour kit and kind of make a shadow right below to make it look as natural as possible, as if there was an actual cleavage. And I do the same with that thing, I don't know what it's called, my collarbones. And then with my Naked 2 palette, I just take the black shade, Blackout, which I always use, and I do my best to go back and forth from the contour kit and the black to blend that out. I was having a little too much fun. Now, I know you can't really see this part, but I try my best. I'm telling you, it was really hard doing this. I was afraid something will show up that's not supposed to be there. But I just did like a corset type of shape. I wanted it very pointy, as if it was like a metal suit. And I just used yellow and blue from the same Morphe palette to kind of just fluff and blend out a few colors. Not anything crazy. I focused the look more on the face and the cleavage with the collarbones rather than the blouse. Then I was just adding the final touches. And that's basically it, guys. Hope you found this tutorial easy, and thank you. Save me, Supermom. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Save her. She don't wanna be saved. Save myself. Yeah.